Today on the 15th day of November 2022. Sierra Leone police say they don't put GPS now. Some of them motoka them inside Freetown. What in Tripoli say? I say it's a good start. Yes, not a good start. Not get them at all. Having it, then we use them for help the police, for help keep the citizens then safe. Then also don't launch an emergency number 990. But wait too. Most of the Western world will do this one. Yes, then get emergency number, but then they popularize one number. Where Alec na for titat se we call that number there, then go direct to the number we needed. But in our own country, it's like every institution get a new emergency number. And when at the country back way, now who can say not to all man go school, not to all man understand. But now we get beaucoup number them back. So when the IG, the Inspector General of Police, William Selu, I go play and just you go hear him. William Fire Selu, they talk say well, they don't get number. Then say don't get emergency number, we can call now at any time. That's fine. But and they look forward to the day where Sierra Leone they get one emergency number when not they die. You go say Tripoli, why you say 117? Right now you don't die because then go say no pandemic no day. Nothing no day of an emergency we then go activate. You go where something happen if the natural disaster now if now waiting no then go say they don't activate the 117. When mean to say then can they activate them? When they can they activate them and then they tell we. Yes. Even EDSA, they get emergency number, I think it's 862 or 268 or something of the sort. I don't use them as alone. EDSA the emergency number. But then the first we call auntie. I call her in the afternoon. Nobody no answer. Yes. Nanette. I call her but pussy answer though. Pussy answer. Even though you not be able to get answer for me, before they just tell me say we can head office. Yes, can head office. Now in the emergency number be there for. You not able to help me. Or what I be want at that moment. I think time down the reach we Sierra Leone in general we get for invest in this one. Because even the Salon police, maybe now we they just launch and so the 990 if we call them something, then go answer. Because then just launch them. But sometimes back if we call them back, sometimes they don't sleep. But the IG tell we say at any time, let we call that number there. You not go say because Nazo Salon police that so mean to say you know for call the number, mean to say you not go trust. You go say, me na that boy we if you say me na me they above all ten, then they broke me heart. Me they broke me heart. Who some of we na the people who then they broke we heart. Tego. Because if Salon police don't tell you now, say there is a number. They don't put GPS that they motoka them. So if you call for an emergency, they're able to track. Not to say again, they never call driver. Say Modu. Sergeant 0030123. Who say you there? The Modu tell them. Say, well, it's now. I didn't allow the beach. We say, Modu, it is number 2. But based on the tracker within at the motorcar, then go able to say, well, Uda then say Waterloo. Uda then near Waterloo. Pap. They call them, well, reach Obayanda, but there is an emergency there. We require police. Remember, police assistance. Eh? I'm going to say for call the 990 number. Eh? There is a police assistance. Eh? There's another thing where I tell you, say, I can't play the video just now. The IGP say, if any driver tamper or spoil the GPS, he go pay for him 5 times. Huh? If a police officer then put a GPS in motor car, he tamper with him, he spoil him, then say for pay for it, no, he should be fired. Yes, me na that side no more me and the IG. That side where you say if they do anything to the GPS, then go pay for a 5 term force before they go come back na that vehicle. No, that's state property right there. So if policeman for one reason think to say, and the GPS maybe then go use them against them tomorrow, then if he go play with her, IG. Oh, not okay. Let pay for him 5 times. Don't let losing job. David Banks, so thank you for the stars. Yes, because something now at that time, if we don't be of a great help to somebody where they in need of police assistance, but you don't turn them off, you don't, well, whatever you do to her. Where the reason we force in a police officer, the reason we force police exist, the reason we force make we for trust on the police, it don't make that one not happen. So, yes, let pay for her 5 times as the IGP say, but if I losing job. Mohamed Conte, thank you for the stars. If I losing job. If not, well, okay. Because for right now, na Western area. We dey start small and try for grow big. Yes, can they do more? Of course, I'd expect them to do more, but now how they start. And we just hope say the command center, they not go compromise with the drivers them. No, so. They no compromise with the driver them. Where they ask, patrol vehicle 124, who say you dey? Instead of a check in GPS location, a call on his cell phone. But outside dey. My man can't do to that baby now. Because you know see enough for the dung yonder. We get problem yonder. You know see na here for don station. Because when I get one bravo can go behind me area. Yes, see that the police vehicle and the good dropper. I don't know if the official duty that one day. So what if then go put GPS for that police vehicle now where you can take go behind me area? Don't they need the help? You don't see, But seriously though, I'm glad for Salon Police. Yeah. We for don't get this, oh, we not be getter, but we don't get her now. We don't get her. How we go handle them? How it go benefit we the citizens them? We get for need help from the police. But wait to. Upse Salon police. We will call for help. They not go tell you say, oh, fear not in a difficult. Because if GPS dey, then fear not in a difficult. Eh? Most of them one day they drive Salon police motorcar. Now then they take go be an it. Yes. Now they take go be. I don't know if na official duty that one day. Eh? Go say just now. Na boku talk dey pa there. But we know. We sabi. Sabi we safe. Eh? But now the GPS go able for show then present location. So now make they say the command center then say for the day for be truthful, not for compromise. Because pass if somebody they imagine they put somebody in a command center. Eh? They put somebody in a command center where one particular driver they force in the old two no go that. Eh? Where all two no go that? And then they no more you go to hang for. And then they no more you go to hang for first. Well, if you be say them, we don't meet up a baby business now, well, like that. Eh? Like me say na the baby area. Now they go pass. I like not to say for monitor that vehicle. It a monitor. Hey. It the monitor. Better one. I see me. I ain't go talk. Hey. Vehicle number 232. Look at don't go outside. They no say namu. Look at they go yanda. Not on that sit down. They no say na baby there. Salon. Eh? But we have to familiarize ourselves with the number. We have to trust the Leone police. And not say everybody gets their own take. Me, I dey talk for myself. Yeah? Yes? We no longer bad experience with police. That is true though. But if Salon police tell we this, you go carry the IGP just now, waiting in say, we go for take him by him word. Go for take him by word until waiting in the try for put in place fail, then we go say, oh, okay, well, Uncle Selu, well, now the word that so. But forget GPS than a vehicle. It's a good one. Judge Kamara, thank you for the stars. It's a good one. But for driver, for tamper with the vehicle, the GPS, don't then say if I buy a no more, don't then get to come back no. No, sir. If I lost in job, now so me think go. You definitely for lost in job. You cannot do that. Eh? Salon picking left. Alright. Well, I'll join the day. We Nabi mi birthday that did. We Salon police choose for launch this particular project where they put GPS. Now some of the motor, not all. Now some of the motorcar them. Let's listen how the IGP be they admonish police officers them, yeah? Let's listen.
Now we've come to the highlight of this business by now patiently sitting down and let's listen to the Inspector General of Police, the man whose initiative we are seeing in real time, the man who is providing a leadership that makes us dynamic, Don't forget some of us who were around when we charted out the mission statement of the SLP in 1998. That was one thing we oblige ourselves to doing, that we will make ourselves to be dynamically led. And this is dynamic leadership. Leadership that will look into the future, project into what he can do for us to make us better. So ladies and gentlemen, let's put our hands together as we now invite the Inspector General of Police to give his keynote address. Thank you very much, sir.
The DIG Directors Support Traffic and Training Officers, men and women of the Sierra Leone Police here present, members of the 4th Estate, good afternoon. Today is a very important day, the history of the Sierra Leone Police, because we are moving our organization forward. Forward in the sense that we are going to use technology in our daily operations. Of course, seated here for the past couple of minutes, it is clear on our minds why we are here today. We are here today for us to re-echo, to witness the formal launching of tracking system of our vehicles. Our vehicles, we've tried in the past to track our vehicles, but we have not been very successful. So try and fail is no disgrace. We are motivated to keep trying. That is why this time we are trying again. We are trying on a new platform, on a different platform. We've had several projects in the past, like the Safe City project, which was actually about installing a couple of cameras around the city so that we can monitor what is happening in the city at a particular point. We went halfway through that one, and we were able to set up a situation room where we can watch everything sitting in one place. We had that chance to watch events of August 10 as they unfolded within a room at police headquarters. So we have said to ourselves, this leadership is one that is involving everybody. We are drawing upon the experiences of everybody in the senior leadership cadre so that we can see how we can move the SLP forward. Yes, what is common is the ideas can come from one person, and all of you refresh the ideas, you polish it, and then it's coming out like what we are going to see today. It is simply the launching of the tracking system for our vehicles. We realized, of course, before even August 10, when some of us were AIGs, all of us sit around this table, we were put through the task of having to be patrol supervisors at night. In our time, when we were local unit commanders, we never had AIGs going to patrol in the night. It was only when, in the most recent past, that we saw ourselves. Now, instead of going to rest, you work for the whole day in the office, and at night, you are going back to supervise divisions which have local unit commanders, which have senior officers as LUCs also. To us, it was not good for us. It was very demeaning for all of us as AIGs to go and patrol. In our time, the late Chris Charlie, the late Cisco, SIS Kurma, they never patrol. They will sit in their homes, we'll give them updates on what we are doing. So we looked at it, we said it was not good for us. And that's why we said we have to take action. We have to make something happen. The essence of this exercise we are going to see today is we are going to place more responsibility in the hands of the LUCs and the operations officers. Because this one is a huge investment. It's a huge investment, and we don't intend to see ourselves putting in such a huge sum of money for nothing. We want to have value for the money we are going to spend. That is why, like the Director of Training said, it is the responsibility of you LUCs. That's why I said specifically you have to be here to witness this one, because I'm going to entrust the success of this project into your hands. I'm going to quote His Excellency the President when he said, when you want to fight corruption, corruption fights back. We are trying to bring something new. I know some people, like my colleagues said, they don't want it that way, and they are going to fight back. But let me assure you, if you want to fight back, you are going to lose, because we'll take you out of this job. For spoiling a system we are going to invest hugely in. It's a simple system. We are going to be tracking your vehicles, like the IT man has said. We have the platform at police headquarters. It is set up already. From there, we look at your vehicle. It's going to start effective just as they finish installing the trackers, the system starts to work. We've done the deployment. We have the personnel who are going to be sitting in that operation room or situation room to monitor the movement of your vehicles, so that you are not parking your vehicle for the whole night and you are telling us in the morning the right patrol report, I patrolled. No. This time it's going to be live. And what's going to be additional impetus in this system is that it's going to be in my phone, it's going to be in the phone of the Deputy Inspector General, and it's going to be in the phone of all the senior officers at headquarters. So we can be tracking, everybody can be tracking. If I'm sleeping, Director of Training can be tracking, Director of Traffic Management can be tracking. We are going to put you on your toes, you the LECs, we are going to put you on your toes. When we were doing patrols in this city recently, in the days of my predecessor, or even recently after August 10th, sometimes you are going to stations 10 o'clock or 1 o'clock in the morning, you find the vehicles are parked. Those days are gone. Effective today, that is over. You park your vehicle for the whole night, we'll step you aside, and somebody else who can drive it for the whole night will go in there to make sure it's being driven. Additionally, we want to make you to assume more responsibility for the safety and security of your respective divisions. Most times, when you are driving around this town, you go to Kisi, you find a vehicle for Godrich at Kisi. You find a vehicle for Aberdeen at Kisi. Fine. In the past, it was acceptable, but effective today, it's not acceptable anymore. Take responsibility. We have divisional boundaries. Make sure you provide the security for the people in your division. Don't go and overkick in somebody else's division. No, don't go to Kisi because you have the quarry, you have the oil terminal. Don't go there. Don't leave Godrich to come to Garrison Street because there you can arrest commercial sex workers and take money from them. No. We want to see you operating in your own divisions. And mind you, it's not only going to be for night activities, but also during the day. Those vehicles, most of them, if you look at them, they have inscriptions up gone. Those are the places they are supposed to be patrolling. But most times, you find them parked in police stations. You are not buying fuel, you are not buying spares. It's our responsibility. That's the responsibility of senior management to make sure those vehicles are up and running. So the issue of fuel is not your problem. The issue of spares is not your problem. I'm not saying you should drive the vehicles with such recklessness that you are going to incur losses on the organization by breaking down some of the parts. No. But we are saying, effective this day, the 10th day of November 2022, we are giving you extra responsibility. You LUCs and the ops officers. That's why I've said you have to be here. You have to be here when we are installing the system. We have to give it to you. We've purchased the phones for all the vehicles, including the 2 regional headquarter vehicles. We are going to give them phones with toll-free numbers. So those numbers, we are going to really set up a perfect system. Every vehicle we have the inventory of all the phones in the system, including the control room, so that when something is happening in your division, you are not going to tell us you are not there, you are at Kisi doing what. So now is the time for you to go back to the drawing board to look at your divisional boundaries. Know your limits. There's a group, musical group they call Know Your Limits. So now it's time for you, LECs, ops officers, to know your limits. So if you have been used to going to Quarry, Kisi, to go and look for fuel, now it is over. You cannot go there. If you are going there, you have to tell us. Because every step you take, we are going to be tracking the vehicles to know where you are at any particular point in time. So this is a wake-up call for you to reorient your maps, to change the mindset that yes, it is not business as usual. This time we are serious about it. And those of you who might be tempted to destroy the trackers, any tracker which is destroyed in that vehicle, the LUC and the ops officer will stand them aside and you have to replace that tracker 5 times. You have to buy it 5 times. That one is clear. It is what I'm saying as a policy statement. If you destroy the tracker, you buy it 5 times before you can get back into that office. If you don't buy it, you are stepping out for good. So we have a responsibility. Our responsibility, amongst others, includes safety and security of the people we are policing. So this one is an opportunity for us to increase that commitment in you to providing this safety and security for the people we are policing. It's not always good. Some of us, you don't go to those meetings which we attend. Most times we are going to meetings, we are embarrassed. We are embarrassed because of what we are doing, all of us. Because if something goes wrong in the police, all of us, we share the credit, we share the blame. But we have said to ourselves at the senior management level that yes, we have to make people become more responsible. Everybody, the law says everybody is responsible for the probable and natural consequences of his own act. So we want you to be responsible for what is going wrong in your own division. We want you to be responsible for what's going on in your own team site or whatever you may call it. So this one is a huge investment, like I said, and this is just the pilot phase of the investment. When it works well, we hope to replicate the same program across the country so that I can be sitting in my home in Freetown, I can track the movement of the police vehicle in Bo, in Kenema. 10 days from now, we are going to receive 25 brand new vehicles. That is government's own commitment to the SLP. So I want to especially thank His Excellency for making that strong support, for showing that support to the system. He is like that because he is himself a security man. Somebody who has risen to the ranks of a brigadier, he knows very well what security is. So he gave executive orders for those vehicles to be procured. They have been procured, they are in the ICs. 10 days from now, they will bath at the key and they will clear them. Basically, what we'll have to do is just to transfer these trackers, or maybe we install new trackers in the system. But going forward, let us don't forget that we are competing. We are competing with other ministries, departments, and agencies. And government is operating a result-based policy. If you have children, 2 children, the one is not passing exams and the one is passing, which one do you support? The one who is passing exams. So if government is spending so much money on us and we are not getting the results we want, it becomes difficult for us. That's why, for example, we've said 2 weeks ago, I said, LUC's operations officers, step up your operations, intensify the raid on drug cartels, with special focus on those who are selling the drugs. Drugs is becoming an issue in this country. I've said you have to go all out. All of us sitting down there, we are policemen, operation officers. You know all of those places where drugs are sold in your divisions. So it's either by design or by default. We are failing to act, but we are going to look at that one also because we are tracking also. We are tracking your activities with respect to those pronouncements. Thank God, the Director of Corporate Affairs, AIG Memuna, she took her time 2 weeks ago. She went around the country to bring you close to the Strategic Development Plan, a document some of us we have never seen before, only in this time. So that's the document which is the roadmap of the SLP. Where do we want to go in the next 3 years? It spans from 2021 to 2024. This is 2022. Because we are not using the document, we had always been doing what we call firefighting. We want to move away from firefighting. There are some actions. The action plan, if you look at the action plan of the SLP, for example, for 2022, the things that are in there, the things which we are supposed to be doing, if we have been doing them, we will not be doing firefighting. So now we've taken all of you through it, especially members of the TCG. Yes, come and see what is your commitment. And now we are going to hold you responsible. You are Ops officer, you are OSD coordinator, you are RS coordinator, you are FSU coordinator, everybody in the TCG. Sitting on that TCG, you have something to do. You, the LUCs, you are the head of that parliament, that cabinet. The TCG is your cabinet. Your job is to task people, ask them to do something for you, task them. That's how they call it, tasking and coordinating group. That is all. It's nothing. It's like in my own case, I'm sitting with AIGs, some of them who have more experience than I have, but all of us, what to do, we are tasking each other. Everybody has a portfolio. So if I have a task on my desk, I receive a huge chunk of letters every day. In the morning, I redirect them to directors. Act on this one. The director will redirect that one to the LUC or to the regional commander. That's how a system works. A system, they say there is a paradigm which says the whole is greater than the sum of its parts. Synergy, all of us working together. So that's how we have to be looking like moving forward from this point. Like all of us are fully aware, we are moving on to elections. And elections are a very critical period for all of us. And for us as police, we have the responsibility to validate the process, to justify the process. We provide the security for the process. And moving forward, December, January, that is going to engage us fully. And that is why I've said to my senior colleagues, when the vehicles arrive on the 18th of this month, we are going to give them trackers also. And that will give us time to expand, to roll out this program to the provinces. We have to move forward. If you see by now, you must have recognized that we are no longer doing like memos. Everybody in the TCG, we have created mails for you, electronic mails for you. We are going to give them to you. So whether you know how to open your mail or not is not our business. We are no longer sending memos, because when you send memos, it's easy, disgusting to see those memos on social media, WhatsApp. So now, when we send it to your regional commander, he sends it to you on your mail. If you print it and put it on the social media, we will know, because the characteristics of the printer or the IMEI number or whatever is there, and we can track you, and that is not good for all of us. So want to let's have some change in this organization. We cannot be static. We are a country which has a very high reputation across the sub-region. We are the Athens of West Africa. we have the best, we are thinking ahead. Most of the things that are happening in Sierra Leone, they are best in the South region. So why is it that we fight to go to Sudan, to go to Mogadishu, to go and serve? In those missions, you are getting up at 5:30 to make sure you are not late for the bus to go to your team site. Why is it that when you come back to your country, you want to sleep until 9 o'clock and you go to work at 10? So you, the LUCs, take responsibility. We have set the parameters against which we are going to measure your performance, all of you, including your TCG. So make sure you keep to that level, because when it comes to strategic decisions, we will not be very sympathetic. All of us, we are connected, but the work comes first. So basically, without holding you for too long, it is my privilege this afternoon to formally launch the tracking system. This is the second time we are launching it in the Sierra Leone Police, and I hope this time we'll take possession of this particular system. We'll own it. All of us, we are going to own it. All of us, we are going to own it, and all of us, we are going to make sure it works. This is a novelty in Sierra Leone. Very soon, you will see other ministries, departments, and agencies copying from the Sierra Leone Police. There is no organization in this country which has this system. We are the first who are going to introduce it for the second time, though, and we are going to make sure it works. The success of this system depends on your attitude towards the system. So I want to crave your indulgence to make a passionate appeal that you support this system. You, the LUC, it's not you going to sit in Africa, your operation officer. If you are changing the input and make sure everything is working. And move away from that time when you sit in the office. If I'm LUC in the morning, I know the office, put personnel in that unit. Just patrol around your division in the morning, at least for 1 hour, 30 minutes. Go around your division. Things happen early in the morning and late in the night. But sometimes it is disgusting. Very hard trending. You have to call LUCs. So until they happen, they are not even aware. And even the worst is when you are calling, he's not picking. Or he's on the phone with somebody else. When you're on the phone with somebody else and somebody else is calling you, you will know who is calling you. Then you have to prioritize. Me, when I'm on the phone, even if I'm talking to my wife, if I see a call coming in from any of my officers, I put her on hold. I say, let me take this call. Maybe that's the last chance the person has to call you. That's why you hang on the phone. Sometimes you call 4 or 5 times. It's not good. And we have moved beyond the point where we can say, my phone is not charged, I don't have credit in my phone. That is continuable excuse coming from anybody in this category where you find yourself now. You can afford power bank, you can afford credit in your card, in your phone. That is why, to solve that problem, we are giving you toll-free phones. And in fact, you don't even need to make a call. But if you need to make a call, you can make a call. So I want to really crave your indulgence to support this system, because definitely you have no choice. You have to support it. This is huge investment. We have discussed this one together with the Vice President and is in full support of this investment. So as such, I'm sure you wouldn't like to be the black fly in the ointment for this project. No, you wouldn't want to be. But if you so wish, then we can help you to be a black fly. We can paint you the more heaven. So on that note, I want to thank my colleagues for this support, and I want to thank you for coming, members of the 4th Estate. Of course, I've also been a member of the 4th Estate when I was in the university. I was together with Kelvin Lewis, but I chose to come this way because I don't like being beaten up like we are always beaten up. So that's why. So I want to thank you for coming, and I hope you work together.
We expect these people to cover the whole of Aberdeen. And of course, there are areas within Aberdeen that you're supposed to cover. And for an instance where this vehicle is grounded or not by a crime scene, we expect the nearest SLP people from our GPS tracking system to cover that particular crime scene. So this is just Aberdeen. Let me just take you through the operational vehicles.
Good afternoon.
All right, what are we talking to?
I talked to Inspector General of Police, Fire Service.
All right, we meant to understand since the police don't launch a GPS from the vehicle, the divisional vehicles. Tell me some about this occasion.
Well, we just decide for improve on the police presence in the communities and for add to the responsibility of the local unit commander, then for take full charge of the respective divisions by fully utilizing the available resources. And one of the most important resources we get now the transportation resources, in addition to the human power, manpower we get. So now this tracking system we don't launch today, the GPS tracking system, we get the platform now, police headquarters. Effective today, every operational vehicle in the western area is being tracked. Any Saturday now, we know say this vehicle either is stationary or they move. The rationale for this one and for make sure they step up in their response to distress calls and in their role for deliver on the core function of providing safety and security for the people.
All right, one will also begin wonder, say, what if it only happen when we gonna decide for come up with this other strategy?
Well, now innovation, we Sierra police, we dey move with times, we for the ABN. This is the modern age, and policing is dynamic. So this is one of the dynamics of policing. We dey move from that time we go for begin say wait for them call races until they happen to the terminal way we get for day in the community. This system or the strategy is simply taking the people to the policing to the community. Each time we move around, we do with the community, we reassure them, like a reassurance strategy, reassure them, say we are there to provide safety and security for them.
You be very emphatic regarding the strength of this gadget. You still touch on that?
Well, in a huge investment for install GPS span, 12 motor them, not a small couple. So that's the collateral for that. The rest of the local unit commander them and the operations officers, including the regional commanders, for say and for own that one day, therefore look after that property. We won't forget value for the money we spend. And they can say, well, everybody's on our responsibility to make sure you look after that one. If you spoil any of that one, or if you're allowed to spoil or to get broken, we police will spoil one property, we buy 5 times. So that's how I've told them already.
You foresee this one at the region then?
Yes, this one a pilot phase of this project. With time, we therefore replicate them to the other regions and the country.
So how sustainable this one will be?
It's very sustainable. For example, now we don't set up the system, the platform, and all the trackers. We don't pay all the services for 1 year. It run. So sustainability depends on the good order of the trackers, and the good order of the trackers and the responsibility of the local unit commanders who get responsibility for look after them. So it is very sustainable.
So is it that we don't get confidence in our membership?
Oh, well, not to confidence. We have confidence. If we don't have confidence, you will not be standing here to ask me that question because you'll be in your room locked up. We have provided the requisite security, but just added responsibility, added strategy to what we want to do moving forward, especially now we are getting to elections. We want to increase our presence in the communities and we want to increase people's commitment to the job, because when we track the movements of a vehicle, we know we are monitored at any point in time, so we will not abuse the vehicle. That's the reason for that also.
So, I need a message to people.
Well, to the people, we don't go one step further also. We don't introduce toll-free line on AfriCell when at 900. Anytime from this day where it talks to 10th November 2022, if you call 900 day and net, you'll get us, we will respond. Then you tell them who you did and the challenge. Then we will look for the nearest patrol vehicle near you, we will respond. So that's what we want to do. Day and net, you'll get us, we will respond. Then you tell them who you did and the challenge. Then we will look for the nearest patrol vehicle near you, we will respond. So that's what we want to do.
Police emergency number 900 900. You there, yeah? You say anytime now AfriCell line no. You don't see what they talk just now, where they say we need to have one number and in order for title any. Eh? In order for title any mobile company. Now you there on an emergency. Now orange phone you get, now QCell phone you get for the guy ask people there. But there you get AfriCell line, let call police, call 900. We have work to do though. If seriously we want to take emergency, serious now the country, we get for step up. We get for step up. We definitely get for step up. Where AIG William Fire Cell they talk. Tell me say you don't miss the people's you don't miss the people's IG. You don't miss her? You're like, damn. We really there in a new phase inside police. We really there in a new phase. Hi. But seriously though, the IG sabi the policeman them. Not to IG stand they talk. Where you say outside them put one, now other side they go, waiting no, for go harass people. For go he say, na they then go meet them, come as sex workers for take money or go quarry, say fear lady. Then sabu side for go drag. Eh? Then sabu side for go drag. So, but okay. He knows the police. Eh? He know exactly say this na project to them, you don't do force. But then sabotage the project. Now make you say like what the president can talk say fight corruption they fight back. We mean to say some bad people them inside the police where they do something then we not correct, then go on for tamper with this entire project for killer like how they kill the first one. IGP sir, would they be you by this one? But me wait, you for patrol, you not patrol. Eh? You not patrol. So then the patrol they not entire to the fuel. They not entire to the fuel. Eh? Because what make they say so? He says some man there, they just sit down. They don't go patrol side them for patrol. But na money then go right. Well, if you not go patrol, then you not for use that kind of amount of fuel because when they pass, fuel they don't. Unless if they begin other way, then they do them. But as it is now, LUC mean local unit commanders. The local unit commanders and the ops when are operational officers and the ops officers then now they get the work. Now they get the work now. And it don't tell we say then they get the app then at their phone. The big one and they allege you there. Then get the app then at their phone. So when the IGA grab way scared way can network watch. Yeah. They are no kill left side they put there for patrol and go be other side. Well, I ain't that too. So even if you have a connive with the one them inside the situation room, well the IG self they watch you. But this time watch me and watch you. Eh? This is good. But this one where the IG still talk say 5 times before you go get back to that office. No, not forget back to the office. If they investigate them, then find out say if na the LUC now, na the driver now, na the ops officer now, na then tamper with the tracker. Because the one go side they not supposed for go, or the one go do thing when they not supposed. Then they are dismiss. Because what I feel say the IG talk that maybe now the way that one they would then kill the first project. Now the way that one day then take you for secure life and property. Waiting you tie bargain for government they give you rest then they give. Right now the season where they come na ladi that season. We all want to feel safe na the country. So now I make police patrol vehicle outside them put you for patrol. Please patrol the. Patrol na net. Eh? Patrol the. Why Musa? You know. No, but the IG say it gets on a phone. You get the app na phone. They get a command center where they monitor. But the IG self able for tap in, let you see say yes true waiting the command center they write, waiting the situation room they write say yes 2 o'clock will be in check 2 a.m. Aberdeen patrol be really pack na the Aberdeen roundabout for 5 minutes before he say it go up na the Lumley side. Una go inside then corner. The IG tell we say, even the other day, so they too they are concerned about these drugs. Here we talk now Bobo Jama. Say them for run after to the source, the seller them, the source. The one they bring and come. Now then for go after. Okay. We dey wait. Not so. The AIG them, according to the IG, then self get forget the app. He said because before this one, even the AIG then they self get for common and net for go patrol, for go check on the officers them for make sure say them the patrol. He say and now one day it demeaning to the AIG them. So now the responsibility lies with the LUC and the operational officers them for make sure say then 12 motokaya. Then 12, yes, new one in the cam with the president, according to the IG, we get for cam. Well, at first he say then go pull the tracker, then put inside there. They say no, well, let them put new tracker, but then new motoka they cam. So that's more, so that the district headquarter town them, they say then go get. Oh, don't they? We go for can out to the body cam. We go for reach the but na small. Na small. We dey get the. No, so. We dey get the. LUC. Operational officers. This one, they utuna. They utuna. So me are glad, me. Yeah? Even though maybe you not get faith, say, oh, this. Now, so told them, you don't try fail. And I not think, say, the IG want this one for fail under in watch. I not think, say, go under. I believe, say, they don't do what to make that first one fail. What to make the first one fail. Because man, they want go be outside, they no send them. Man, they want go area suicide, they no say they no for go. Who sabi the Waterloo? Yes, I didn't want Waterloo garage. This the operational vehicle from Barracks Old Road. Now you can bang na Waterloo. Cars. What's in be the thing? One guy and say they left us. The person in the diaspora and I left an host. Yeah, one part the fitter. Now my business, no my business. So now they meet up a fet common. When I say that name connected to the person within a Barracks Road. Yeah? A Barracks Road. So what's he do? He not go to Waterloo police station. No. He go Barracks Road, boom. Then when they back, then take the Barracks motoka. Then they drive, bang, take a Waterloo. Yes. Because it's in connected to person we did it. Well now, GPS Tundi. What about the one that work for they do them boss the errand? Yeah? No, so. Me, I want for whatever we can do for help this project. Like and to pass. Like and to pass. Then night patrol. Net patrol. Let me know the scared of the worker. Patrol vehicle for the patrol. I mean them call them patrol vehicle. Moka must say not to for put the GPS number, but then for send supervisors them. Well, and then at the AIG, Well, the early sees them, then for send supervisors bring them back. Well, no, Mo. If they don't give the AIG them, the app na them phone, they don't need for run at again. Because they see. Imagine the IG they say some of them. When they call and negotiate and then a phone. Now neto, wait for the patrol. You don't have phone, na baby business. Trust me, na baby business. Papa God. Either baby business or man they want go run quick mission. And they want go run quick mission, man. No. Papa God, they let this thing work this time around. Now I need the IG for say, not to for buy them 5 times no more, for say that they lose their job. Because we say they buy them 5 times before you come back. Well. But in Sierra Leone, we must feel safe. We needed this. We really need this. I don't know how you see him, but this was needed like yesterday. But we don't get on today. All right. Welcome on board Usman Tolly. You get the platform, sir.
Thank you very much, Triple A, for having me. And I thank everybody who they listening today. If you just join me, we talk about how the Sierra Leone police to install GPS tracker them, not then motorcar and in patrol vehicles them. And also, I would like to thank Inspector General of Police, Wayne Salu, for that comprehensive interview, as well as in press release. Well, to be honest with you, we don't attack the police. Boku them say they know they do their job, they are very inefficient, but also you got for things say for do your job properly, you also need the equipment them, you need the resources for able to do that job there. We know say the police now one of the most corrupt institutions in the country, more than apparent that they're not independent, and by law they're supposed to be independent so that they will carry out their job in the interest of the citizens then. But now one of the most highly criticized institutions in the country. So moving forward, I think technological innovation is a good thing. Technological innovation is a good thing because it help and shape the way how we carry out with lives, how we carry out with businesses, how we run with institutions them, how it will able to bring development in every facet of the society, of the country, of the community. So for every innovation, any technological innovation, especially in this fourth industrial revolution, I think it's a good thing. It's a good thing. But again, as anybody they express concern, in as much as we know say technological innovation is a good thing, but also we get a number of concerns and questions them we go raise. Although we don't say this is not a good thing, it bring about efficiency, it promote the way how they do things, but it only will be a good thing if you're able reach efficacy, if you're able achieve the targets, waiting first of all the intent for user for. What the intent for user? I listen to your analysis, AAA. We all know say the police then they involved in so many activities then. where they will not able monitor them. For example, we don't see motocar them, salon police motocar them. For most of the time, you see that they left their own territory and they go, if they're offline, they go on transport. If they run transport all the way come, there is no way for truck come. So you're not able to perform a responsibility, they're not able to perform the duty. So if they bring in a tracking system, a GPS system, we go help for track the activity and for know whose side of day, I think it's a good thing. Don't forget, technology itself, it get a lot of benefits. And what I will try for do now, I will look at some of the benefits that way technology they bring and how the launching of the GPS, respective to the police service, will be a good thing for the country. One of the good things about innovation, technological innovation, is that it bring about improve in productivity. Improve in productivity in terms of especially the turnaround time. Usai sometimes you will spend hours them for do something, but with the technology, especially knowing exactly like you analyze in the case of what you've been saying, they don't know exactly usai this motocar day, so when they need them, so they know say from usai a day to usai the crime scene day, this now the best motocar this way we go need for like going to that place very quickly. So it make it difficult for the police or talk say it is Kabbalah or it is free town when it is Kabbalah, he say they free town. So in that way, I believe say to a very large extent, this technological innovation, it will help for improve what you call productivity. And also, it will reduce cost. Because think about the amount of fuel where the government is spend on them patrol vehicles and some of them for most of the time, we know say they're not on patrol. Like you rightly mentioned, AAA. For most of the time, some of them vehicles here are not on patrol. They know they do their response. They know they do their duty. Rather than go there on their private activity, where they're going to use the government vehicles them for perform their own activities them. But with the tracking system, where now they know delegate the function to the LUC, where it be say it will monitor the activity of that particular vehicle. I think say it will help for reduce the cost, especially in terms of fuel and the way how they misuse the motorcar and self. So it's a good thing on that side. And also it will bring about what we call improve in turnover, especially in terms of the kind of money where they spend per other things them way. Technology, first of all, it speed up things. It run things them perhaps where they spend a lot of money for undertake. With the use of technology, I think say it will reduce the other activities that we do in between. So by so doing, it will reduce the cost and bring about a good turnover. So as I say, all of these advantages, I think one of the concerns we all get, just like anybody with a listing, and just as AAA Yusuf highlights, is that we listen to the Inspector General. He said this is not a pilot scheme. But trust me, AAA, we don't listen to so many interviews in that country we involve pilot schemes. But most of the time, some of them project here upon pilot scheme, it is stopped. They go further. Let me give you an example, because sometimes you get for bring examples so that you will convince the people them where to listen. Some of the projects that we're all listening to, when they talk about pilot scheme, for example, you remember when they talk about the traffic light system, will not be a pilot scheme. We don't know how far that traffic light system don't go. And by now, from the sweet things and what the Riboda project, we believe say the project for don't kick off by now. But I don't know if other people that don't know how far after that pilot scheme day, how far they don't go. And also, there was another pilot scheme for the rape victims then. We then say that they set up a central number, particular hospital, district hospitals then. We don't see them set up numbers then for the call. We don't see, after that pilot scheme day, we don't know how far that development then don't go. We talk about some other pilot scheme then short as the one we described today. Emergency numbers them in case somebody involved. We see just few months or days down the line, all the numbers then they don't go in vain. So in as much as we try for, talk good things about the project, but also don't not forget say we country is full of pilot schemes. We not for most of the time, them pilot schemes here are not materialized. They're not materialized. So what am I saying here? We all agree that technology is the way forward. Technology that improve the lives of people. Technology don't make the world a global village. It don't bring about smooth movement of how we do things. Technology is the best for the fourth industrial revolution. Now that we all look forward to. And I believe to a very large extent, technology, they reduce crimes in a country, they reduce exponentially the amount of crimes them where they happen at that now so many facets of we activities now any society. But again, it also depends on the efficiency, because when they talk about strategy, it's not only about the resources, but it's also about the competencies. Yeah, and don't forget, you go get the technology, yeah, where maybe it will help for influence behavior, but if we officers them are not professional enough, they are not competent enough, they are not efficient enough, I think say they will always be challenged by this technology. They always be challenged by this technology. But overall, we aim for seeing more of these things replicated in other industries. Perhaps, as I said earlier on, it will help for influence the way people then they do things. We own institutions then, because we know then country has so they so. We know what in technology don't bring, in terms of reducing crimes. We get a lot of CCTV cameras all over the place. You get, cameras them for drivers them. So it cut down to a very large extent the amount of crimes them where they happen in a country, and they bring a lot of other benefits them. So for conclude, it's a good thing, provided it is used efficiently, provided they use them, or provided they meet in efficacy, what it intend for use. And he said this now a pilot scheme for I think it's about 12 vehicles then. So we hope say the officers then they will look after that. I just too concerned, although I know AAA looking from the other side, but I think it is important for let the Inspector General of Police emphasize on why it is important for let the police look after them things than they. It's the taxpayers' money. But also we do know say sometimes in the mistakes they happen. So I don't say they therefore do the assessment before then they carry out that punishment when they talk so. They say post simple, I think you buy 5 of them. he will buy 5 of them. But what about if it's an accident, somebody pull them by mistake on accident? We don't say when people are, sometimes we give them too much freedom, they go misuse them. Maybe I make the officials say anybody will pull like will buy 5 of them. So thank you so much, Tupule. And also I will thank everybody with the listening and to my fellow panelists. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much, Usman Toli.
Thank you.
Yeah. If we just join Sierra Leone police don't put GPS na 12 of them motoka them. And them motoka there mainly na the one them na the western area inside Freetown. Then plan for rollout to more police motoka them. If you not be there, you miss you because the IG he talks sober one. Welcome on board. Usman, you get the platform, sir.
Yeah, thank you very much, Triple A, for giving me the platform. Sorry about the voice, but thank God for the manage. Regarding this GPS, we know this global position, I think we find anything with a position of somebody that can use them in many areas. So once this global position system we be done in a salon will not work well, then you bring and come back. I'm not saying a good motive, like Usman Toli don't give a lot. And thanks to them for your contribution. Regarding the exact position of policeman and movement in Freetown, useful. But the only concern here where I get, because they don't give the benefits more, but I believe say they will able to work on them. Because if you remember one time during one of the submission, I mentioned something about Ghana. We then get that time we and then get for sack that policeman because of this. They can't talk this about LJ, this they talk this, they end up for sack. They not been get a single intelligence unit who then go put information where somebody go tap, you get the information that morning, who they don't do this. So they all been the talk from different angles based on the information we then get, and one person become a victim. So they say Ghana don't introduce this system of intelligence through the USA. Wouldn't they get our system? They name not the other, but an intelligence system wherein information somebody in a Kakono, Kabbalah, Kailan, just put on there. So the information we either free time, they try for pick them up, they get them, they give them the right way. Any minute, any second. So that one a responsibility, and they give them one day with it, and then points there, and then one thing. So if they're able to work on that one day together with this GPS, I believe they will work very well, because when you look what we benefit so now July actually they launched this thing through the aviation system. The aviation minister and I mean bring this system, but now the US federal government that they try for with it a clearance for let them go bring that in there through the company. I don't know if Salon gets an aviation relationship with Saudi Arabia, but now through them from past their GPS, okay they come. But finally until they don't come now, they don't get the memorandum of understanding what they don't do. So that they go able to get the position in navigation timing. Because in almost similar with the thing, but in the position we get, then they bring the GPS radio them. And the radio the one they did. But the only challenge, again, what I just go feel, say they go forget, apart from that information system, where they go try put together, and not only the GPS for navigate, then get for try get back the information system how they work. Because from there, the build up for know why the man they go under, why the man not for go under, then I go able for develop a strategy. We go make them man they are left for the Gallivant or patrol where they not for the go. So the USA don't give them thing there, then I one thing. Then the looking at the GPS itself now, but then get for look again to the satellite system. Because the satellite system go to Google Map now, then actually they send the information to them GPS here. Because when they talk about navigation, they talk about map. You talk about then get time when they say latitude and longitude and geography. So that's how they use actually. Who be geography see they northeast, but Salon for some reason they like a very good point that the equator round. So that thing one advantage is they say they will work on a GPS. And if you look at the GPS, you know, we say it will be useful. Even when they navigate through the Second World War, it was very easy for the navigation to take place at that Falkland War because the navigation point we would deal that advantage that for put here, say it's useful if they make use of them. But we don't forget a satellite subscription But I believe they will get satellite subscription, but I don't know if you will able to cover the GPS without when data no day. Okay, because we they get system like satellite, but we see the satellite they up like them high place like satellite this, but it depends the type of satellite we they get feed from the orbit, then are up in the air. Then they sell them, then they for weather, then they for everything. So they subscribe, you buy anything, they buy it, then they sell it on the weather forecast, and then they buy them, then they forecast the weather. That's not the point of their satellites there. So I want to hope that we're able to get a good satellite relationship, we're able to help with, so that the GPS, if that global position system, if you not get data on the internet, then get the other system where the satellites they pick the radio. So when you get the satellites, when they pick the information from that radio, they will interpreter. You see, because when you look at the other areas who have internet, they still find a problem for go, but the GPS, because of the satellites, it go able for work. So you see that the advantage is and get for try and play with where we know the technology where we implement this, but I believe the one day we come, get the package like the USA and the federal government, because then they try to help the security system. We'll be able to see the time they don't patrol and go around that in the sea. They done the same things them around and they go patrol. So you see all this that towards trying to make them include the security sector. They try to introduce again the other one, but then between the UK and the US, and they try to help other countries for getting hijacking, tracking, I call it, they're tracking them when they do them fake things on their phone for them to track them. But the point here is therefore try and look into that way when we build the technology, because the cameras they are not seeing them. People mention about camera, but the technology between our satellites and the information way they will get and the data system will be difficult to get the internet system, so that the radio system will be working alongside with the satellite radio where they will pick them up, so that will just basically like the exact position tool we then get. That one they only depend on the internet. They also forget that exact position tool they for let it go answer to the information of the radio and the satellite who they up. But I believe Salona I always say we get the knowledge, we get the intelligence. In a matter of people and just put the intelligence in the right place, then work with her rather than use them for criminal purposes there. So by that point, they believe they will work on them, wherein they will get inside the station room. Because the station room, I don't know if I do one with them, we don't get traded because they don't get the station room here for long, wherein even in terms of cyber crime and other things, and we don't introduce her. When are some amputee and they work with the other people, I don't know if not that again, they just develop the room they use. But it all comes down to how we relay this target of this intelligence, or like we work with security. Because again, look at the August 10 issue. There was a time some of we contributed them for able to know if you want to come or Sujaman come or if not 10 Sujaman, they know in 10. They know in this man in command, then they are. If anything happened, they know say Mr. Joseph Lieutenant this and group the under. Or if na police sector, why they call it in India, they get a young group, that van day in India. So you able to tell again all this investigation, what they do so already. A day before even help, because I read the police mention about the situation room during August 10. But the point is that for able to tell, and we'll see this police will do so if in number. Or we know I'm for saying in how you do the point of locating people that wouldn't dispatch, wouldn't know say we give 2 magazine, we come back, with the magazine there, show we. But these are all the things that we're supposed to expect, say, when they develop anything that they will put out, not just for locate them and not knowing the action back, what they do while they go on. Because it helps again when you see crimes in the occur, one day then they go try for either act not say for maintain law and order. Then another one the way law and order issue then come, not just because of the patrol for going awol or they go and hustle, but again when there is a civil dispute, how they will able to handle them, then go know who are responsible, who are they go to McKinney, who not go they just call more people them by nickname, like how they assume that this person or this minister and I want to see her, all this, then go for monitor when we are not say there is an issue where they go in terms of security, when a rioting or anything, when a pregnant and they happen, or how we handle them. Minister themselves are not going to just allow them come off for any reason. People that will not relate to security, they're not for come on. All the ones that were responsible na security there, when I know see na 10 vehicles, na 10 security there, they're under the command of this person. But you see this vehicle they go so, you see this vehicle they go so, everybody they give you own version. So but only hope say this back they will put on because then you were able to foresee say this vehicle there in Dana Street, you're not able to but call them get a CCTV system. I know they introduce now Aberdeen. That system, they know if they will expand them for go other side. The state house, I don't see it gets. And then even sometimes the head of state, then they actually get one day I wouldn't use. But the point here is that for talk is that they come here back and get for use them in a point where they go in a strategic point where they go able for help them towards the GPS again. And then the GPS itself then try for strengthen and not only for let them use data while you go get that satellite system. So then crime them when they happen and then the control of civil unrest, how they will able for go handle them, whether they come on a street that day so that they not go able for the blame, point finger, say, oh, that's so person name, I don't want to call him, that this person here, like this, so then they know who that really, because at a time, not to civil war for everybody, they and your own business, this is a time when I just a civil unrest, when I just, you will able for say, I will deal with, and I know who that they are the same, and I know who that and who that they get for go there, and when they come back, they all get for come, go right back and waiting, they don't go do. Based on the resource, the material we give them everything intact. If that person had an arrest, they will go for camp, then give back justify, and then decide the information they go when a central information. So that now you want the free tongue, you pick up quick that information you put na Kabbalah, Kamakwe, Konom, Makeni, Lush, all these places, they come straight away. Now so the situation room get for work on them. So there must be a network of intelligence system who then get for try build from this. So it will help quite a lot because not mean say it will cause crime, but at least it will know say people and will be very easily brought to justice because there is evidence, with forensic evidence. And the only thing I want to know more way it will help to gain more that forensic evidence of either good or bad. If you don't go do good, you did it, they know say that you can't go there, you get you tick because now the parameters of performance, what they say performance will let them give you. But that performance they back, if you go misbehave they back, if not degrade, then give back the point. So this is either way. So now in then get for work on where then we able to see we expand them, we make them. But I believe say the aviation ministry, then we don't introduce this in July when the USA they try for help federal government through the Saudi Arabia. But only hope say the thing who have been seen they mention this now in youth driven a youth-led something. So but I don't know what they say. It's a youth-led motive. What in the mean? If they will involve youths then for let them go work there, young man them, or that's something with towards the youths, then we get a good relationship with the police. I don't know, but it's a youth-led program. Now the initial reason why they bring this so that they will be able to increase security. But I only hope say there is a utility of anything, we would use anything, let it be able to gain benefit from them. Like you say, then we don't get them from the early 90s or so, then just not be work with them. But now they say you don't come for them to be useful. But again, they get for the tell and say you get for turn the GPS on. Because if you not turn it on, I like you not point out, they're not going to know side day, but then they're able to tell because if you're not, then they detect say like 10 vehicles there, they not see the 9. Then we'll call our walkie-talkie, man, use GPS not there on, will turn it on. Who said can see what they wait for bus or transport or any side train. You see if you get GPS, you track them for go. And then even on the transportation, we they plan for bring them. Because the transportation and plan for bring them, you can go down a ferry, you don't know now how much them that ferry they can. If you need ferry there for Woko, but these are all the reasons. If you wait for transport, they don't tell me back, then they even bring them and then bus stop. But I know if at the pilot scheme this will get them, they bring for it, we expand. We will not see the bus, then carry it, we will not see the bus stop there. But this is actually the aim of the aviation. But we said they put some force on the security side. So that they were able for look waiting they can let out and they expand them. Gambia, their own ferry system, if they get away, they go for what take that ferry, just they look at when are talking and they help there. So we say if we don't get this to the help, Lord, they expand them, let them write more adequate projects so that they will able to get more so that as we go for meet up the globalization, we'll not be left behind. So that we will get security, we will get confidence, and we will be able to reap voting that the benefits around the people and get. Thank you very much. They got the information. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much, Usfriend. One for say thanks to Usfriend for your submission. Welcome on board, Alpha. You get the platform, sir.
Yeah, Tripoli, thanks for bringing me come on board. I want to say thank you to Usfren and Mr. Tori. It is but very much important for me, I thank God, because some of we can bring them here or people can think say na politics. Some man not even believe in some of the things they all can say. Now yeah, I could remember when I bring this thing up, say now me desire like me as a development person, I want to see Sierra Leone police gets body cam. Somebody texts now the groups, it's not possible. Who said then they pull our money there? No, we ever forget that question there. And this is just a step in the right direction. For me, I'm impressed. Of course, I always they say this: when you get the right people in the right place, you see results. You don't need politics to blow things out like so waiting and call. You see reality. You see when the IG they talk, he address issues like they are at his fingertip. You see where they even talk to a man, they no side and the defaulter. He addressed it with immediate effect. I even text now the chat group LUC to take responsibilities, and it's very true. Most of them thing they see now because of the laggardness of the LUCs. Them now that make they see police things that they happen like that. If the LUCs then take sober responsibility and then man the areas, them trust me, we will see a lot of improvements in the police. Of course, forget the GPS now one again for make the able for like a cascade them to all the other vehicles, not only the one them in the western area. I think that would be a very, very good thing. Yeah, AAA. The police department for me, all this now waiting at the C or waiting me one for C. They should have a whole developmental department or the police in general to get that department. Wait for right proposal, them wait for right papers, them way therefore able for bring more developments to the police department. Me one for see street cameras, one for see police podcasts and cameras them. We not a policeman it's not treat again they begin the ace and the beauty they call. They risk their life them. But if they get and the motorcar we get cameras them, then most of the junctions them way then they set like how they see now. That's the kind of thing we want to see. Not only all the time they say Lord have mercy, waiting say alone police don't do again. They should have that department where then for just map out development and strategies them, how to improve the police force, to match them with other police at the world. No, when they say the worst corrupt department of people in Sierra Leone, they say that the police. No, we need to move from that. Then they can name them or they can thing they did now. No, I wish I believe say the IG they listen. Let us set up that kind of department. They whole now how for improve on the police. Let them help for improve the technological wise, improve their even the way they think safe. Lot of training, human rights trainings, they need these things. Let we police step up. Let politicians not come, they use them and just, put them in a funny position. At the end of the day, the politician and they go and then they back at the trouble. So for me, I'm seriously impressed. And I believe say this is a step in the right direction. Of course, who's don't make one for talk on now how like the coverage and all that in the day. Sierra Leone, I don't know if even you do now, you Google now, few areas you able for see. Yeah, because we I don't know, we country, I don't know if they don't run that system. You're not able for Google map all over Sierra Leone. If you have to try check. Sometimes you go see American embassy. I don't try for Western area. Then some few hotels that you able for see. But for say you able for track a particular address so say okay, this must car parking I don't know, but there should be more improvement in that area there. Now this make us say they should get a whole department responsible for the map out developmental strategies. Not only when they we see one waiting and call them we say, oh yeah, this is good. Yes, it's good, but again, need to look for say they able for for improve on the police them rapid one, because honestly Sierra Leone police they done in terms of development. If they improve on them, that will help the country and people will gain more confidence in them. In the other areas, them not only western area, let them try also forget more. You know, this now just western area. Like where they say new vehicles, then they come, let them ensure say if you see if them don't get a developmental department, when they want for buy them motor car, then the other one for purchase then kind of vehicle and all these features then go don't try for put them inside. Say okay, you know now if the government want for buy motor car, not buy this kind of motor car way well equipped, not get motor car way get camera, not get motor car way, you know, all these things. Lord, get specialized motor car the way, if possible, customize them for we own police work. That's the kind thing. But when you not get them kind of expert or them kind of people in the system, it's difficult because anybody can come and just do what you want for do or give what you want for give. So for me, my recommendation in this one, let us get them kind of thing and let us able for work on them. And let the police not be just only for politician news, you know, but it's any party will come, let the police get their own. Don't like what they say. You see, it bring one other thing again will touch my mind. I don't able to forgive the exact name. When you say AIG, I see Memuna also come up with that strategic plan for them. You see, the police should have it and they should work with it. They're not for deviate from them thing and day. So when you work on your strategic plans, you see improvement. So now that kind of thing, and for me as a development person, one for the C, now with police force, of course, I want to say big kudos to the IG, and we believe say he's the right man for the job, and we believe say he will deliver. Thank you very seriously, Triple A.
Thank you very much, Alpha. Well, now you own turn now. Unless if you not get nothing for say, then we go left here and ready for come back tomorrow. The phone line open now. We want to turn the mic to you. We talk about the GPS system where Sierra Leone police don't install. Now western area. Now western area. I didn't install them for now. Okay. Let me see. Waiting few of the comments and then we go left here. Watch now your screen if you want to call the numbers then they both we good. Then we good. Let's see. The professor say as much as this venture we get 12 GPS trackers then at the patrol motocar them. And not do. I believe say the IGSF talk say not do. All police departments get hot forget GPS trackers then now all them motocar them. Every police, be it or them precinct or not just selected. Well, he said this na pilot phase. That first one be fail. So now I let this fail. This enough for fail. But Musa say honestly, I'm glad for this. Hope say the patrol commander then go maintain them. And in which then get cameras na the vehicle them too. Yes. The vehicle, the body, all want camera. Everything what they need for do for make this one cross force. Let succeed. Cause not to the first thing this then they do. But I hope say they learn from waiting make that first one fail. Then this one go succeed. But if they not be learn nothing waiting make the first one fail, then I'm afraid. Maybe then do the same thing. We make the first one fail, thinking to say go give a different result. No. But again, not different and a different IG we get now. And I want to believe say no go one this particular here we talk about the money. Say it cost the money. And they already don't pay for 1 year. So that 1 year they go they ask themselves every 3 months. Yes. Any opportunity to get for talk to Salon Police, go ask them how the GPS done they will go. How don't they go? Just like what Usman Toli say, because pilot phase and they can done. The other new patrol vehicles the way they come, hopefully then self them go install GPS on them. That they never get for a common money, because but he need for though. He need for. And I feel no. That's Lefandi. That's just Lefandi. That's everything to say. We technically minded, we understand anything and they left so no more. We can't tell the driver they're waiting not for do. The IG the monitor. The AIG themselves go monitor. Let the AIG they no monitor no. Now then get for end up back na road for the go check if them patrol the local units commander in the patrol. So if they get the comfort for the now na they also check, that ten then can call say hey, but say for the this guy we can't go. I mean one get this here. But anyway, no left here. We go there back tomorrow. We hopefully, this one work fine for we all. And for the safety. And for we safety. And patrol vehicle they don't say whether they go side they not for go. Then they do let them put there. Also, they put them. I like the right Bombay streets there. I like the barak solo go to the right to Waterloo. Who side then decide for stop? That they stop. Who side they want go? That they go. And they don't care. You go see Aberdeen Lumley Beach patrol vehicle. Not say Aberdeen Lumley Beach for the go up and down. So there are people them just in case somebody, you go say, oh, police presence there. I go say Aberdeen Lumley. Ketcha na Kisi, ketcha na Waterloo. Let's see go do the. It's not a personal vehicle. Not a personal vehicle. But now I make the IG say you got for be, because some man don't take them mutuka election and them personal mutuka. You say no to na they buy parts, no to na they buy fuel. Mais Musa say c'est triple. One thing I don't notice, all development and lately, now for 1 year test. Hope not to wait here they think go tap and the first. The professor say just like correction vie for funding, so too the police they vie for funding. Okay. Abdullah Lukuleli tell we can tell they go. Buzo White, I see you. Tell na all kauna or don't late. Now tell na they go. I tell they go. Victor Duarte say, bro, we need for do past this. He say, small man we get business no man a saloon. He able equip in 5 motorcade with GPS tracker. Yes, they have. Most of the NGO motorcade first they all get GPS tracker. Even though the IG they say, oh no, most of them they get. They get. I don't know if you know Dandy. They do. Then jealous woman, they all self them put GPS tracker na the man. Ataya. You know say you buy. Go check no more. You buy ya. To me say I go put an outside now for put an way. The result way you know. Eh? You know. You know so. Say na under but you defend ways a miss well thing go down quick. Go put GPS time on try go Zabi. Zabi boku man there. Eh? No, boku mutka de na salon we get GPS tracker. Some people themselves na diaspora where they mutka they do business, they have GPS tracker on it. I don't know if you know that. But the one where I see so na Glow. I don't know whose company if they don't get na Glow I see police they use. I don't know if they're from Nigeria. Eh? I don't know if they're from Nigeria or waiting where it talk so. But na Glow. The brand of tracker where then they use na Glow. And we know say Glow na Nigeria na they big. So I don't know if na Nigeria then go acquire them for Cam na salon. On our man na in don't get you. Na you only Nandi for supply salon police with GPS tracker. But you know say salon police here, they able go directly because they able go directly to them companies then they and not even go through Glow. We Glow then logo they param. No. They able go directly to the company. This is our security though. Eh? Go directly to the company, customize we own trackers them for we save. Yes? And then create software them for we no more. We no more the user. For safety reasons. Okay. Ask America why make them motokade where police they use now only American brand cars there. But England I don't see them. They use BM, then they use all things. But America we. Alright. They left so no more. We know so no rich and talk for say we know not so who they produce motor for salon. But what I'm saying is if we expand and the more we expand them, we want for own the software, we want for own that thing they will not say, but then company how they go pay to. Eh? Well, not that too. So I hope say them put outside the man no go say na in nakam. Wait for them. Hey, now left here. Salon police, una thank you. Then you must carry all the cam. Una say camera get for video na they receive them. We hope say una go install GPS on the back so that the district headquarter town them patrol vehicles they all go get GPS. That's when you know say, that patrol vehicle na bo, they do your work. They do your work. If not, well, man, then they use the vehicle election at them, then they load cold all. Election at them personal motor. We'll go there back tomorrow, yeah?